Alright, so this is the race start. Guy jumps to start on my right. I get a not so good start, but I know I can catch up with him into the first corner, and I have the slipstream. I try to brake as late as I can. I try to go side by side with this guy into the corner. I give him a bit too much room, and I thought he was like dead on next to me, so that's why he saw me get scared and give him too much room. I see a fight going on. They both spin out. I gotta quickly go to the left. And the only reason I dodged that was because of my cat-like reflexes, obviously. We're still on lap 1. I see that there's a crash up ahead. I'm not sure if this guy's airing on the racing line, so I take it real slow there. This is the second lap. There's a crash going up ahead. I get too scared, I give him too much room, which gives this guy opportunity to get past. We have some netcode error, so I go off the track, so I get a very bad run onto this important straight, so these two guys pass me. I try to catch up with the guys up ahead by scaring him. Does not work since I wasn't close to him anyway, but luckily he goes off and I'm catching up with the guy up ahead. I have a much better run than him and his slipstream, so I'm catching up. I'm aiming to make a move through this last corner, which gives me enough room. I brake late enough. I hold that inside line. And I make the overtake. But he has my slipstream. We're going to turn 1. I try to stay with him by braking late into this corner and taking as much room as I can. He brakes very early. I think he was hoping to make a switchback or something. I get a terrible exit out of there, but I now secure the overtake. Coming on to lap 4, this car right behind me catches up. He has my slipstream and a better run, so he's catching up with me. He juked me out there by making me think he was going outside when he went last second inside. I try to brake as late as I can, but I thought I would go conservative and just try to make it because there's still a bit of a race left. Alright, we're now on lap 5. There's a car right behind me who has my slipstream and a better run. He takes the outside line and he brakes late enough where he gets that easy overtake. We're now in position 11. We're now coming on to lap 12 and made my way up to P7 through just surviving. I'm looking to make an overtake through this corner. I have his slipstream. I should have taken more advantage here, but I just get my nose up there. We go side by side. I give him too much room, which is a bad habit of mine, so he gets the overtake there. We're coming on to lap 12. I'm in P7 through pure survival. I have his slipstream. I'm looking to make a move through turn 1. I should take more advantage of the corner here. I just get my nose up there. I give him way too much room, so he holds his position. And on to lap 13. I've been held up by the car a bit and getting his dirty air that the car behind has been able to catch up. He takes the outside line and he brakes much later than me, but I'm also hoping to take an opportunity in this moment. I'm hoping he can catch up to him, maybe slow him down a bit, which will give me an opportunity to pass. It didn't work. Alright, did pretty good for ourselves. Started P17th, finished P7. Got plus 0.07 safety rating and plus 53 I rating. Just broke 1800 I rating. So definitely pretty good race. Could have been worse. Alright, this is my second race. Starting pretty awful, P12. We're still at Monza, Formula C. I get a not so good launch off the line, but I make up one position. Guy right behind me is catching up. I have some of the guys slipstream up ahead, but he is gaining. I try to get my nose up there. He makes a bit of a collision with the car up ahead. We go side by side, but we get some netcode error. So I get a pretty bad exit. Alright, I'm catching up with the guy up ahead. We're still on lap 1. I take the outside line, and I have the guy slipstream up ahead, which has got me a pretty good advantage. He overly brakes too late there, so I'm able to get a much better exit here. I have his slipstream. We're on this important straightaway, but I gotta deal with the guy behind me. He holds the inside line, so I try to tuck him in there, but I go back out. I need to prioritize the exit here, because then we're heading onto the longest straightaway. And if I get past him here, then I basically got it secure. The guy behind just shoves his way in through the middle, so I want to see what's going to happen between the two, so I brake a bit earlier. Unfortunately, I salvaged nothing from that, and I get a terrible exit. Alright, we're on lap 2. The guy behind me is catching up. He has my slipstream. He takes the inside line. I try to tuck him in there, but he gets a pretty easy overtake. We're heading onto the straightaway. The guy behind me has my slipstream, and the guy's up ahead, so I try to brake as late as I can here, but I get a pretty bad entry. I try to take the guy's slip up ahead, but he then moves to the outside line to give the other guy a slip, because he realizes I can pass him if he does give me his slip. I try to stay behind him. He moves last second, which I wasn't expecting, so I gotta slam on my brakes, which denies me the position basically. I want to see what I can salvage here, which the guy spins out, so I still hold my position, but the guy behind is gaining on me. Alright, I was able to get past the guy up ahead earlier, but he is now cut up and has my slipstream on the straightaway. So we go side by side with each other. I try to tuck myself on that outside line, but he tries to push me back in. I try to brake as late as I can. I carry too much speed, so we make some contact. Fault on my end. I just wasn't expecting him to hold that inside line so much. So he catches up again. He gets past me. I try brake as I can to keep my nose up there, but he brakes much later than me and gets the easy overtake. Alright, there's some flying going up ahead, and it looks like there was a crash, and the guy originally ahead of me has spun. He rejoins the track, but I have a much better run and his slipstream. So I try to overtake him on the outside line, but he pushes himself out, so I gotta go on the brakes. And he unexpectedly tries to get back ahead of me, which I wasn't expecting. So I take the inside line, but he's able to get right past me. Alright, there's one more lap to go. There's some flying going up ahead. They both make contact. He gets a terrible exit. I'm a bit overly cautious there, but I have his slipstream, so I'm able to catch right back up. They're both aiming to make a move here, so I try to gain as much of an opportunity as I can here. I brake a bit earlier to see if I can salvage something from this. I get a terrible entry, but I'm able to go side by side with him. He rejoins the track and spins me out, unfortunately. So we started P12 and finished P17th. Minus 22 iRating, minus 0.25 safety rating. Not the best race I was hoping for. But I'll just have to do better next time.